Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are knowing what you are wanting? There's trouble over there. Are you enjoying desire? That's a really good thing, because if you say it and mean it, and you did, those of you who said it and meant it, when desire feels good to you, it means that your habit of thought is somewhere in the vibrational vicinity of what you want. In other words, your desire and your belief are not so far apart that your desire is torturing you. If you want something and you don't believe it will come, then that desire becomes unpleasant, and people will say things such as, I felt better before I knew I wanted that, but now I want it. It is painful. So we almost always begin our gathering with that, what we consider to be most important question. Are you enjoying the desire that is unfolding within you? Because you came forth as source energy into these physical bodies, knowing that this environment would induce from you, that it would cause a clarification of constant new desires. You knew that you would never get it done, but even more important, you knew that you were being born into an environment of such perfect proportion and balance and contrast that just your involvement in it with the other magnificent co-creators who are here with you, you knew that your interaction with one another would cause new desires to constantly occur to you. Now, these desires are occurring to you at all levels of your being, even cellular levels. It's what the evolution of all species is about. But the desire that we're talking about are those desires that when you know that you don't want that, you know that you do want that. In other words, it's that very straightforward experience that life causes clarity to form within you. A lot of people don't realize that when they know what they don't want, that what they do want becomes a viable part of their vibrational experience. In other words, we're going to go to a new place with you here today that we have not been before with any group, because it's time for you to begin to acknowledge this business of focusing here in this time-space reality in the way that it was intended as you made the decision to come. You knew that just by exploring the details of any moment in time, that you would come to an awareness of how you felt about it. A personal opinion or a personal judgment, a personal involvement in it would occur. But it's judgment not in the way that judgment is often understood. It's evaluation and judgment in the sense that anything you participate in causes you to feel a comparative experience with who you really are and what you really know. For example, once you've lived in this magnificent nation where food is available and transportation is available, Jerry and Esther just had what they consider to be the most magnificent drive anywhere in the world as they came across into Denver on Highway 70. It was magnificent. They could not stop talking about it. And the trip was at least 2 hours longer than it needed to be, because they stopped at every viewpoint, even when there weren't viewpoints. And Esther found herself saying over and over again, with tears running down her face, thank you for my life on this planet with all of this beauty. So as you're exploring life, you can't help on subtle and dramatic levels to be comparing where you are to what else you've lived. It's just a function of experience. If you come from this magnificent time, space, reality here in this beautiful city, and you go to a city not so beautiful or to a country not so developed or not so comfortable, you can't help but notice it at many, many levels. And when you notice it, vibrational rockets of preference emanate from you. In other words, it's just not ever going to get so good that you don't keep emanating a preference, because you are a leading edge creator and you've come to sift and sort even in the most magnificent of time and space and place, and still rockets of desire are emanating from you. And that really is the most important thing that we or anyone will ever say to you, because as that improved request radiates from you, whether you put words to it or not, and often you do not, that request is understood and held by the non-physical part of you in the vibrational reality that precedes all manifested realities. And we are calling that vibrational reality your vortex of creation. Emanating from you constantly, these rockets of desires. And these rockets of desires are culminating. Not just free-flowing, not just randomly chosen, specifically orchestrated and synthesized through the magnificent focus of your vibrational lens. But it's not just you here in this physical human body that is finding the expansion and the difference. It is the source energy part of you too. Because even though you are in these bodies, and even though you are flesh, blood, and bone, and even though everyone around you can see you sitting in your individual clump on your individual chair, you are source energy. The larger part of you is source energy. Far and away, the larger part of you is source energy. Only a little bit of you came here into this body. An important little bit came forth into this body. So as you explore and decide and send these rockets of desire, these rockets, these vibrational predecessors to the magnificent life that you will live, moves forth into this vortex of creation where the best of everything that you are choosing and deciding is held in a vibrational escrow, waiting for you, calling you forward, calling you toward it. And when you come forward, which means when you believe what you've put there, when you become a vibrational match to the vortex that life has helped you to carve out, when you move into that vortex, leaving all resistance and lower frequencies behind, achieving vibrational altitude to the furthest, most expanded part of your beingness, you feel good. That's what positive emotion is. When you feel passion, that's why. When you feel exhilaration, that's why. When you feel love or appreciation or joy, that's why. When you feel tension or apprehension or fear, when you feel blame or guilt, when you're worried, when you're angry, you're not in vibrational sync with who you really are. And that's the thing that we want you to understand. That's what we want you to hear. It's not that you're not up to speed with something that is outside of you. It's not that you're not meeting some criteria that someone outside of you has assigned. It's that you're not up to speed with you. It's because your life caused you to expand, and you're not taking the expansion because you're stuck in the beating of the drum of what we lovingly like to call your version of what is itis. In other words, this is what is. This is the truth of what is. I don't have enough money. 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 But you do have a vibrational escrow which will translate itself into abundance of all manner, including financial fortune. But if you are on the vibration of I don't have enough money, you're not moving into the vortex, and you're not recognizing or realizing or following the trail. You're not sniffing it out. You're not rendezvousing. You're not in the right place at the right time. You're not hooking up with those that have the way. You are vibrationally out of sync with your own desire. And every time, no exceptions, that you are out of sync with your own desire, better said, out of sync with who you really are, better said, out of sync with the larger part of you, better said, out of sync with everything, including the larger part of you who is in your vortex. You must be a cooperative component to everything that you're asking for before it can manifest in your experience. And your awareness of what caused you to ask keeps you from being a match to what you've asked for. Do you ever find yourself so wanting to be understood by someone who doesn't understand that you just keep explaining where you're at? Maybe if I tell it one more time in a louder voice, this person will get me. And we say, give it up. Instead of trying to explain or justify or defend or rationalize, instead of trying to make things happen from outside the vortex, just let it go and focus upon something that is slight or absent of resistance. And it is our promise to you that when you're not pulling against the current of your own vortex, you'll move in easily. It's also our promise that you will move in eventually. We just don't think you should have to croak to do it. The question is not, will you join the larger part of you? The question is, will you do it willingly? And that's really what this gathering is about. We want to show you how to release your patterns of thought that are the only thing that are keeping you from what's in your vortex. We want to show you how to release beliefs that are contrary to desires. And when you release beliefs that are contrary to desires, your desires dominate and you're a vibrational match to them, and then they must manifest in your experience. There are so many practical minds today out there annoyed even at the concept of law of attraction, saying, but what about all those people who I know very well wanted this and this and this and this, and they're not getting it. So don't tell me all you have to do is identify what you want and you get it, because there are all kinds of people, they will say, especially me, who want things that I am not getting. This law of attraction stuff stinks, they will say. And we say, law of attraction is so valid and so accurate that it always gives you a perfect reflection of how you feel about every single thing. And what trips so many of you up is that you feel validated and justified in feeling the way you feel about things, because you say, this is what reality is, and I've been taught to face reality. So I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling it like it is. And we say, don't do that. And you say, whoa, that upsets everything that I've been taught from the beginning of listening. I've been taught that I'm supposed to face reality and admit to it, own up to it. And we say, if you let what is be what you give your dominant attention to, you cannot move into what you're asking for from your place of knowing what is. You have to let go of what is in order to go to what you are desiring. Now we know some of what is exactly what you want. Give your undivided attention to that. That's wonderful. But if there are things in your experience that are not as you want them to be, you've got to find a way to focus upon what it is you want. And it's so much easier than you know, because when you know what you don't want, you always know what you do want. You're just not a vibrational match to it yet, but if you will try just a little bit, you can shift your vibration. You can train yourself. You can train yourself into a higher frequency. You can train yourself into the belief of what you want. You can do it. You just have to know about frequencies. You can't set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98.7 FM. The frequencies have to match up. The transmission and the reception have to be on the same vibrational wavelength. So when you've been beating the drum of something that is right now in your manifested reality, a condition in your body you don't want, or a condition in your bank account that you don't want, or a situation regarding relationships that you don't want, as you focus upon it and talk about it, what you're doing without realizing it is you're practicing the vibration and making that the easy vibration to find. It's like making a little groove that you go to easily. When you think a thought, that thought is a vibration, and as it vibrates, it's attracting other things like it. And if you focus there just for a little while, you'll get a pretty strong and therefore a pretty robust vibration about that going on. And the more robust that vibration is, the more it's drawing power, until soon you'll have a manifestation and you'll say, see? I knew I was onto something. I knew that bad thing was on its way to me, and there it is. And we say, of course, whatever is your expectation becomes your reality. We just want you to know that you have choices that you're often not exercising because we love you very much. You're lazy. And we mean that in the nicest way.